So recently I've been thinking a lot about my rig and how much gear I bring with me when I go to a gig or a session or a rehearsal. I've been trying to figure out what's the least amount of gear I can bring to any given situation and still maintain my sound. So a few weeks ago, Origin Effects reached out to me and asked me to feature the Revival Drive on the channel. Now there's already a ton of great demos of this pedal online. Pete Thorne has done a really good one, Chris Buck, and Origin Effects has a really great 5-part series on their channel that takes you through all of the different features and functionality of this pedal, which if you buy one of these, I would highly recommend checking out because it's not the most simple pedal to figure out. One of the things that Origin claims this pedal is capable of is replacing your amp and going straight into a mixer or interface or to front of house. So today we're gonna build an ampless rig. Okay, so let's talk about what we're gonna use to pull off this experimental pedal board. For our overdrive and amp tones, obviously we're using the Revival Drive. From there, we're going to the Eventide H9, and I'm gonna be using this for all of the modulation sounds, so tremolos, choruses, flangers, all that kind of stuff. Then reverb and delay, I'm using the 2 source audio pedals, the Ventress dual reverb and the Nemesis delay. Now, I understand in this setup, I have a little bit of redundancy between the H9 and these 2 pedals, so I may end up deciding to drop one of them, but we'll see. This is all an experiment. We're just gonna see how this turns out. Now for power, I reached out to Strymon and they sent me the Zuma. This is a great power supply for this build because we're using a pedal train Metro 24. The Zuma fits under these flat, low-profile pedal train boards, and it also has a switchable outlet on here that can go from 12, 9, or 18 volts, which is going to allow us to run the H9. It's also super lightweight, and you can run another Strymon power supply off of this jack here if you were going to expand to a larger rig. So big thanks to Strymon for sending that out. And there's one key element here that you will need if you're going to be using a setup like this live, and that's a cab simulator. So while the Revival Drive was designed to have the ability to go DI into either an interface or front of house, it doesn't have built-in cab simulation. So today what I'm going to be using is the Logic 10 cab sims that are just the software plugin versions. But if I were actually taking this out on a gig, I would buy a pedal version. That's the one thing we're missing here, but for the video, we're going to be using the Logic 10 cab sims. All right, so let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is mount the power supply. Oh, good. Should have known that was going to happen. Okay, so the power supply is mounted. I've got the pedals laid out how I want them. Next thing is attaching them to the board. We're using 3M Dual Lock today. If you haven't seen the video documenting my dream pedal board build, you can check it out here. And in that video, Mason from Vertex talks about the importance of using 3M Dual Lock as opposed to Velcro on your boards. So that's what we're doing here. Actually, I just realized this is Scotch brand. It's all the same stuff. However, it will be linked in the description box down below so you can pick it up for your own build. Okay, so the pedals are mounted and wired for power. This is how it's looking right now. Yes, I realized earlier I had the layout backwards. As soon as I went to mount these up, I fixed it, so we're all good there. So the next step is to wire for signal, and then we'll be ready to go. I'm actually gonna be using some solderless patch cables for this. These are from Crosby Audio. They sent me these to check out and use on a board like this. The cool thing is they actually gave me a second pack to give away to one of you guys. So I'm gonna do the giveaway over on Instagram. You can follow me here at Rhett Shull. I'm gonna do the giveaway a week from today, from when this video goes up. So follow me over there. There will be a post featuring these cables. Comment on that post to enter the giveaway, and I will announce the winner on Instagram as well and send you a free pedalboard cable kit. So not a bad deal. Okay, so you just heard the Revival Drive on its own with a touch of reverb from the Ventris. And I've got to admit, I think this is a pretty convincing amp in a box style pedal. I'm actually really impressed with this thing. So now I want to see what other types of sounds I can get out of this little board. Okay, so I think this is a roaring success. I'm really happy with the way this little hybrid rig came out. The one thing, like I said, I would probably want to add up here is a cab sim pedal, so I'm going to be in the market for one of those. Let me know in the comments if you have any experience with cab sim pedals, what you recommend, what you'd stay away from. I'd like to do something with stereo outs because I was able to run stereo out of the H9 and through the two source audio pedals, so I'd like to maintain stereo capability. I think a hybrid setup like this is a great solution for working gigging guitarists who want a small lightweight board to take around with them, and maybe you don't know what your backline amp's going to be, or you don't even know if you're going to have a backline amp. A setup like this is really useful for you. Having the ability to go DI or into the front of any amp is really useful, and especially with a pedal like the Revival Drive where you can get really surgical and tailor the tone to every specific amp you're playing through. This is a working musician's dream pedal right here. So for me, I think this little setup is going to replace my Kemper as a grab and go fly rig. I haven't been using the Kemper on live dates as much recently because it's patched into my studio setup here, and it is a pain in the butt to unrack it, unplug all the cables, pull it out of the patch bay and everything, just to go out and play a one-off date and come home and put it all back together. Because I'm lazy, I end up just not messing with it. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. Also, let me know what you think about this hybrid setup. Is there anything you would change, you would add, you would take away? Let me know. Don't forget to enter into the patch cable giveaway over on Instagram. Like I said, I will be announcing the winner a week from today. Also, if you want to know more about the gear that I used on this board or to make this video, everything will be linked in the description box down below. Anyways, that's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching. I'm Rhett Shull, and remember, there is no plan B.